Hey, how's it going? Good morning. It's Joe. It's about 10 till 9 on a Friday morning, and we are almost at the end of the light green line, pulling into BTS Station. One more stop to go, and it's the end of the line as of 2024 anyhow. We're about 37 minutes from Asolk and Prom. So let's take a look at this quiet area. I believe we're still in Sukhumvit. And the BTS lady said Sailua, so that's what I'm gonna say. I see one large high-rise option on the other side of the street. And I'm drawing a blank. I just came from the last train station. You can see it down the way. Right there where that large building is, that's a President's building. At the base is a Robinson shopping market with a movie theater, Tops grocery store, and a really nice night market, the Black Night Market. I'll put the name of that train station right now, but I'm bringing that up that might be your option for a grocery store. Although I see a Lotus Go Fresh just feet down the way. And here's a nice, whatever that is, 6 or 8 story apartment building. A bunch of local options. And I can see the last train station is at Kiha. You see the train. It'll be pulling into the last station there in 10 seconds. So let's start with this side of the road with this large building. I hate to just keep pointing out the large high-rises, but let's face it, most expats, and this is kind of an expat channel, are going to lean towards those buildings, including Thais. The building's still going to be 95% Thai, especially out in this area, but for just a few dollars more, you get a nice pool and gym, and you're close to the train. If you want to really save money, of course, go find yourself a nice local Thai building, no frills, like this building, and you're gonna save a ton of money. I've said it before though, housing costs are not the issue when moving over to Bangkok. I'm staying in Prom, which is kind of a fancy part of town. I'm staying in a 52 square meter condo, and I'm paying 19,000 baht, which is less than $600 US. So me personally, I'm not taking a 30-minute commute to save $100 on my rent. Again, that's your choice, your decision. Money decisions are a personal thing. But if I wanted to stay in Prom and pay $350, that might be pushing it, but $400, that's quite possible. I'm just not gonna be on I'm at the top of a 30-story building with 52 square meters. I'm gonna be in 28 or 31 square meters in a low-rise building, but that's a fine option if you need to save some cash. But everybody has their reason for where they decide to live. Many people don't want to live in the central of chaotic Bangkok, and that I understand. I love it, but yeah, it's like living in New York City. It's chaotic. It's more chaotic than New York City at times. But I love all that commotion and action. You might work at one of the international schools, say in Bering, and you want to live a more quiet lifestyle. Well, this might be an option for you. And Praksa was the last station where that Robinson shopping mall and the movie theater was. I asked the person at the window, the ticket window, how much a one-way ticket to Asolk, call that Central Bangkok, and she said 50 baht. So from here, I'm guessing 55 baht, 58 baht, something like that, just for planning purposes. If you're going to make that commute, I would not make that commute. Let's say you have to work in Asolk. Well, coming all the way out to here, it's going to be a 35-40 minute kind of hot, messy trip each day. So I'll leave that up to you. There are plenty of quiet options to get away from Asolk without having to come this far out. And it looks like a new high-rise is going in feet from the BTS. And then there's a very clean-looking 6-story unit. And that large Space Needle-looking building off in the distance is the Sukhumvit Learning Center, which has an observation tower. It sits right on the side of the Chao Phraya River. So we're kind of winding around. Sukhumvit doesn't go in a straight line. It's definitely snakes around. The city would also be off in that direction, but the river is going to be off this way I'm guessing at least 1 mile. So here you go, this BC residence. This sign's all in Thai, but I understand $5,000 or 5,000 baht, which is less than 150 US dollars. You can see it's going to be a simple room, similar to a hotel room, but hey, a 1-minute walk to the BTS, 1 station away from the grocery store and the movie theater. Maybe not a bad option. And there's a Thai chain right there where that car is backing out. And looking in the lobby, it looks like they're still doing some painting, so this might be a brand new property. I assume it even has maybe a small swimming pool. Of course, all the units are going to have air conditioning. I don't see washing machines on the balcony. I do see a sink. So they probably, let me look at that picture again. I'm going to say they probably don't have cooking inside, which is okay. Nah, I don't know, maybe. This looks like a little like electric burner, but I don't see a picture of a washing machine. Washing machine is kind of a must for me. You don't have to have a dryer. I thought you did. And I looked for a while. Where's a unit with a washer and a dryer? But oftentimes it was a 150 square meter unit that some other Western person brought in, a big, huge Samsung washer and dryer. So that's going to be a little bit more unusual. 99% of the units in larger buildings, they're going to have the washer. Some will have that washer dryer combination, which those things don't work. But most are just going to have the washer, and you're going to have to hang it out to dry. Put a little fabric softener in there. It's really not that big a deal. Yeah, starting price, BC residence, starting at $5,000. That is how close you are to an escalator. You don't even have to walk upstairs to get up to the train. And there's your building. A little Thai restaurant right here. And with that large condo building, we're going to get the name here in a second. That's a 5-minute walk, if not less, to the BTS. But whenever there's a large condo like that, there's usually some food options for the residents below. Here's a bike shop. Okay, and the name of that building is the Origin something station. Origin plug and play. I know of the Park Origin over on Soi 22. That's a very popular building. And here's a 199 baht shabu. And there's another side view of that BC residence. And that other building, I'll bet it will be done and completed within 6 months. They don't mess around. Run over here. It's called the Origin Building number 22 station. Now in a large building like that, you can get everything. Well, oftentimes you can get a studio. Sometimes it's 28 square meters. 31 is fairly common for a 1-bedroom, which is basically a big room, oftentimes with a sliding door, and they call that sometimes a 1-bedroom. And then 35s and 38 meters, that's usually a separate 1-bedroom from a small living room. And then there'll be a couple of 2-bedrooms in there. I'm seeing, try not to get hit by this bus, a banner that says starting from 6,900 baht. So you can, I'm sure that's for their smallest studio. And it looks like it has a pool on the roof with beautiful views. So the further you're going to get out of town, the more bang you're going to get for your buck. You just have to decide if it's worth living this far out of central Bangkok. So I'm going to walk just a short ways, a block or two, into the neighborhood around the Park Origin to show you what's available. In typical kind of Bangkok tradition, you're going to have this one fancy high-rise right next to the train, and then just feet away, it gets very old school and authentic really fast. That might be something you're looking for. I think it's kind of cool. There's a, what do you call it? Wood shop's on my brain, but not a wood shop, a lumber yard. And I kind of concentrate on showing the larger fancy buildings just because, well, you saw it's less than 7,000 baht. So for 10,000 baht, you can probably get a killer unit in there, medium size. So I concentrate on showing those buildings, and that is pretty much the only large building. There's no other large high-rise on the other side of the BTS. You'll have to make the decision if you want to stay in that fancier building and pay whatever it is, 7,000 baht, or live in a no frills, nothing to save 2,000 baht a month. Lots of cool little shops. I see the egg lady, vegetables, and here's the gas person, and that looks like some form of hardware store across the way. So yeah, I'm gonna turn around and head back to the train. There's just basic options down here. Laundry, drying racks. Get yourself one of these racks if there's not one on your balcony when you move in. They're pretty valuable to have. Yeah, go down to Big C, get a bunch of hangers and hang those clothes up. You'll be surprised. It's really not that bad. I wash, put the fabric softener in there, and I'll wash like shirts, I don't know, 8 times, 10 times, and then maybe that 10th time I'll take them down and put them in the dryer at my condo. Some buildings have dryers and washers down by the gym. Some don't. Mine does. So I'll fluff them up in the dryer once in a while, but yeah, it's not worth it to take them and put them in the dryer each time. Plus, the dryer shrinks things up. I mean, it's kind of nice just washing them and hanging them up. The clothes after 50 washes still seem brand new. And here's a gold shop. You're not going to go far anywhere in Thailand without finding a gold shop. And there's a peek at the rooftop pool at that, forgive me if I called it the Park Origin. I think it's the Origin at Station 22. I almost moved into a very small studio. It was 27 square meter in the Park Origin and on Soi 22. It's small, but I've lived on sailboats and Navy racks. I mean, I'm used to living a minimal lifestyle, but I won't complain about having the 52 meters I have now. It takes a little bit more to cool the place down, so my power bill is definitely $40 or $50 more a month than it would be in a studio, but it's a trade-off. Yeah, and don't let my bias on living way out here, you know, sway you one way or another. This is just my personal opinion. I'm a single guy living out here by myself, and I enjoy running around central Bangkok, but other people, they might have a significant other that works out in this area, or I'm not sure. I think the airport's still Sukhumvit is still quite a distance from here, but I'm sure there's a highway from here. You can zip over towards the airport faster than expecting that person to drive from a condo and say Asok to Sukhumvit. That would probably just be a nightmare with traffic. As a matter of fact, my friend, she works in Ekamai and lives out by Sukhumvit. She parks her car at the airport rail link and just takes the train in. She doesn't even want to deal with driving in Bangkok traffic, and she's lived in Bangkok her whole life. So don't be in such a quick hurry to, yeah, I'm going to move over to Bangkok and get a car and just deal with the traffic. It's no fun. It's like driving into New York City every day. There's a reason those trains are so popular. Right at the base of the train, I walked right by this. I'm going to pronounce it wrong. TT Boniwat Muay Thai Gym. I went to the Muay Thai fights. What's the name of that stadium? Rajadharmi, I think. And the way they do it is they just say the first name of the fighter, Joe, representing TT Boniwat. Like that would ever happen, but I'm pretty sure I've heard of this Muay Thai gym from one of those fighters I saw. Right where this motorbike is turning. We're gonna take a left and we'll be at the BTS in 2 minutes. Hey, so there you go. There's a very fast look at the Sailuat. If I'm pronouncing that correct, I already forgot what the BTS lady told me to say. I appreciate you watching. Consider subscribing for more looks around Bangkok. I'm out here having a little fun, just exploring the area, and who knows, maybe this area, that Origin building, or even that smaller building, $135 US, there's nothing wrong with that. It might suit your needs just fine. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.